Not about me, but to say this about submission. If you think submission is because the man is doing what you believe is right for a man to do, then you've missed your assignment before God. God will bless your obedience as being a wife. The Bible's full of it. Ephesians and Corinthians in the Old Testament. Just start looking for them. And please read Love and Respect. It will change your life. Submission does not make you a weaker vessel. It just makes you the part of the machine that is needed to function, but entrusting somebody else's responsibility that's what they were made for, to do what God has made them to do. So I value submission. Submit one to another is not in the same way. He is not going to submit to me the way I'm going to submit to him. That's not even biblical. As he submits to Christ, so I submit to him who has submitted to Christ. If God has made the man the head of the house to love his wife as he is to love the church, God is going to hold him to a standard. God is also going to hold you to a standard.
If there is one video women need to watch to remind them of what the Bible says about marriage, this is one of those videos. If you're a young Christian lady, you are not yet married, this is one of the videos you want to hold dear. God is not interested in what your husband is doing once you have chosen to get married to your husband. He's interested in what you are going to do. The same thing coming from a man's perspective. God is interested in what they are going to do in marriage. So that idea of women not understanding that submission and obedience, they mean that they should be subject to the man, is ridiculous, to say the least. For a man to come and say, my loving my wife is conditional, she has to be a perfect woman, is also going to be ridiculous. So women, let us stop getting carried away by this modernism or feminism that is taking over the church. If God has said it, it has not changed, and it's going to continue to be like that. So the general idea is this: you have to play your part, and you have to pray and allow your husband to play a part. That is the way marriage works. A lot of ladies, they're not being taught this, and it's going to affect their marriages. So that is why I'm putting this out here. Try your best. Put it in your memory that this is what God says. You are not doing it because of the man. You are doing it because you love God. There's a part of the Bible that says, if you love God, keep his commandment. So this is a command from God. Sometimes God's commandments, they don't make sense, but it's a command. So go ahead and make sure you are fulfilling it to the best of your ability. Now, there's a part of the Bible where Jesus said, those who believe and are baptized shall be saved. Now, I didn't really take baptism seriously. I was just looking at it like, I'm already saved, I'm spirit-filled and everything. But one day, someone explained it to me and said, you know what? There are some commands we don't need to understand. Once it has been commanded, we'll just go ahead and do it. So that just woke me up like, you know what? Let's just get this behind us. And by God's grace, I did the baptism and it is behind me. In a similar way, we cannot afford to want to understand everything God has commanded. There is something God is saying that is making him say, do this. So we don't need to wait to see it. It's like a child. When you tell the child, go and do this, they are not seeing the full picture. Don't hold this knife. The child thinks, oh, I can handle the knife, until they get injured. So God is seeing something that we're not seeing, and we need to respect that. So ladies, be encouraged to do what you have to do. Don't for once think that loving a woman is easier than being submissive. That is a wrong way of looking at it. Sometimes women can be naughty. I'm a married man, and sometimes we just look at what is going on, but we still have to love them in spite of that. So sometimes it's very hard to love a woman, especially when she is not doing things rightly. So I'm not trying to excuse our own part. We play our part and you play your part. I'm going to leave the link to this video in the description below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next one.